Welcome back to Velvet Pancake Media. This is your boy again. So we are back. We're gonna talk about the Yamaha Fazio, and it's gonna be fun. It's a 125cc Neo Retro Classic. So stick around, like, share, subscribe. All right, intro. So we are back. So yeah, the Yamaha Fazio is a 125cc Neo Retro scooter that was technically designed to disrupt the entry-level commuter landscape here in the Philippines. So mind me if I'm reading something, okay? So for years now, the Philippine market has been divided into just manuals and automatics. But just recently, I believe, just before the pandemic hit, since the dawn of the NMAX and the Aerox, dumami na yung mga kamoting gumagamit ng naka-automatic. Now, I'm saying kamote, kamote din ako. I'm not using it as a derogatory term. Lahat kasi tayo kamote rin naman. So, mas dumami na yung gumagamit ng automatic kasi it's easier, you know. And of course, pag mas marami yung demand sa isang product na yon, syempre dapat the market should follow the demand, di ba? Supply and demand and whatnot. So, meron tayong aggressive looking sporty scooters, meron tayong maxi scoots, meron tayong, of course, ito yung classic scoots. Now, and then meron pang Neo. Sa under classic kasi may Neo pa. So dito papasok ang Yamaha Fazio. Now, what is a Neo Classic motorcycle? Neo Classic is a modern take on a classic design. So medyo bago, may pagka-modern touch. So hindi siya purong-purong bilog-bilog lang. Tapos yung may mga certain aspects of its design na it's modern. For example, yung dashboard, 'di ba? So isa 'yon. Now, June 2022 ni-release ang Yamaha Fazio. It was released to target fashionable urban commuters. So yung mga bagets at the time, 2022. So yung mga bagets diyan ng 2022. Ilang taon ba ako? 30 something na hindi na ako bagets noon. But then again, when it came out, it was heavily marketed towards the Gen Z riders. So, millennial tayo eh. I'm part of the, what do you call this? Lower end of the millennial side. All right. So when it comes to palette and feature evolutions, rather than overhauling the mechanical core of the bike, Yamaha has kept the model fresh through strategic updates. Now, the initial launches of this motorcycle featured matte finishes and standard configurations. Now, the lineup features upgraded graphic accents, redesigned side mirrors for enhanced rear visibility, and integrated USB charging port. That's very important. A reshaped double seat to maximize passenger comfort. Eye-catching colorways like pastel green, ivory white, and classic black. Now, so when it comes to price, specs, and details, the Fazio stands out mechanically by combining a traditional small displacement engine with a unique mild hybrid system. So a feature rarely found in its price tier. Alright, so let's talk about, the technical performance specifications. Now, the engine type itself is an air-cooled 4-stroke single overhead cab, 2-valve single-cylinder 125cc engine that produces maximum output of 8.3 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. And now for maximum torque, it has 9.9 newton meters of torque at 5,000 RPM. Now, its fuel injection system is one of its best features because, of course, the Yamaha Mio Fino was carbureted. Now, again, it's an automatic. And the weight of this motorcycle is 95 kilograms, including a full tank. And of course, the engine oil and whatnot. Now, the seat height is 750 millimeters, and the fuel tank capacity is 5.1 liters. All right. So, I have here a list of pros and cons and a list of more key details and features. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show more of the key details on the screen while I'm driving the motorcycle itself, because I've driven this motorcycle. I did a quick test drive, on a quick initial drive, so I'm gonna show it on the screen later. So, because discussing it is, I don't think it's exciting. The Blue Core hybrid, stop and start, the Y Connect, blah blah blah, whatever. I think you know that already, but then again, I don't think I need to discuss it now. What I want to discuss to you guys is the pros and cons of this motorcycle as per my research and as per asking around, and of course what the internet has to say about the motorcycle itself. So let's go with the cons first. Yung paninirang puri muna. So number one is no keyless or smart key ignition. So at this price point, marami kasing, adjacent motorcycles na, of course. Meron ng smart or keyless ignition. Now, in my opinion, that's a pro. Kasi, medyo hassle pag nalobat. I remember I used to have Rusi RFI. So, minsan nalobat yung battery. May mga kailangan ka pang i-MacGyver na pyesa dun sa sa motor itself para ma-start mo and whatnot. Pero naayos na nila yun, nagkaroon ng susi ang Rusi RFI. So ganun din. In my opinion, this con is more of a pro. Now, that's quite subjective. Next is firm suspension or medyo matagtag siya. Now, the rear single shock suspension is tuned on the stiffer side. Now, maraming nagsasabi medyo tagtag daw. Siguro kasi magagaan sila. Kasi mabigat ako. So when I rode it, it was alright. Pero I felt it, medyo may tigas nga. But for me, I like it. Kasi pag ganon, pag matagtag, medyo matigas yung suspension, mas maganda siya sa bangkingan. So I prefer that. But then again, kung pang araw-araw mo nga naman, you're not gonna ride it on a Sunday, whatnot. So it makes sense na it's a con, di ba? Next is under seat storage space. So medyo maliit siya. 17.8 liter capacity is malapad. I saw it, malapad siya. But medyo, alam mo yun, malapad pero mababaw yun. So hindi ka makapag-fit ng full-size helmet and whatnot. Now, I have not tried kung kasha ang half face, but we will show you a clip somewhere in the video. Okay? So, yung next or last con niya is yung basic braking setup. Ngayon, it relies on a front disc and a rear mechanical drum brake. While perfectly adequate for a lightweight 125cc scooter, it lacks modern safety systems such as ABS or CBS. Now, here's my gripe. Sana CBS, but the thing is, Yamaha is known to skimp when it comes to these kinds of things. Medyo titipid sila. Kaya nga mura, honestly, it's 93,000 Philippine pesos. Now, the thing is, I cannot expect ABS sa price point na yan. But, sana CBS. I think Yamaha could do better in that department. Now, technically, that's a con. Sana talaga may CBS. But, that's what it is. Wala siyang CBS. Maybe in the future, kahit magtaas to ng mga 10K, I'll get it. I'll let it pass na okay, kahit mag 100K siya basta may ABS o 115 basta may ABS. Yan, marami nagsasabi niya, hindi mo naman kailangan ng ABS talaga. Well, pag susugod ka sa gera, hindi mo kailangan ng magandang baril, pero mas maganda na meron para mas malaki yung chances mong makarami or mabuhay, di ba? Or rather, pag susugod ka sa gera, hindi mo naman kailangan ng bulletproof vest, but it's better na meron for more chances of living, di ba? So, ganun lang naman yon. Now, again, pwede ka mag-drive. Marami namang nabuhay. Dati naman walang ABS, that's true. Pero marami ding namatay. Yan lang naman yon. Now, wag yun ang kontrahin yung ABS. It's for your, for your, safety rin. Now, punta naman tayo sa punta naman tayo sa positive points, alright? Now, what people loved about this motorcycle is number one, superb fuel economy. So, thanks to the mild hybrid system or mild hybrid assist and SSS, yung stop and go system nila. So, real-world Philippine road tests yield an exceptional 45 to 53 kilometers per liter, and it is one of the cheapest daily commuter options to fuel. Now, ganito kasi yan. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon na napakamahal ng gasolina, I think this motorcycle is perfect. Kasi I'll show in the test drive later. It's very approachable. The power is nice. And tipid siya sa gas. That's very important. Tipid siya sa gas. Okay? Now, next is the accessible seat height. Now, the low 750mm seat height allows shorter riders or beginner riders, under 5'5" to be specific, to easily flatfoot the bike when stopping. So this adds immense confidence on uneven and highly congested roads. So kapag bagito ka tapos magsisisingit ka, maigi na, of course, malalapat mo yung paa mo, di ba? So that's better, that's good. Now, I was about to say din kanina, so tipid na sa gas, pogi na, may power naman, enough, in my opinion, has enough power. Kung pang araw-araw lang naman, di ba? So, yeah, that's great. I guess, dito pa lang sa dalawa na to, it's really convincing. If I were looking for something to buy pang araw-araw tapos gusto ko scooter, these 2 points alone is very much a very good point of contention. Now, next is effortless lane filtering or yung pagsingit-singit kasi sabi ko lang kasi nga magaang din siya, maliban sa mababa siya, magaang din siya. So it's just 95 kilograms. Now, the machine is remarkably light. Sneaking through gridlock traffic along the tight corridors of EDSA, C5, or busy provincial choke points, lalo na yung mga taga Laguna, sa Cabuyao, and dyan sa may UP, sa may Los Baños, alam niyo yan. So, kasi kapag maliit yung motor mo, you know, and mababa, magaang, mas madali mong matawag dito, ma-physical, and mas madali ka rin makasisingit, right? Now, yung EDSA kasi right now, as per my experience, hindi na ako masyadong natatraffic sa EDSA. So, medyo okay na ako doon. Well, siguro kasi hindi naman ako dumadaan doon ng what do you call this? Rush hour. So, yung mga dumadaan sa EDSA dyan, comment down below kung ma-traffic pa rin ba during rush hour and correct me. Because pag dumadaan ako doon, is usually medyo, yun mo yun, tanghali or madaling araw. Either of the two, nothing in between. Okay? So, next would be the stout tire footprint. So, the wide 110, 70, 12 tire profiles offer great contact with the asphalt, granting the bike better traction over road paint lines and slick, wet surfaces during rainy season. Now, ako, gusto ko mas malapad yung gulong lagi. Of course, malapad akong tao. And then, mas pogi kasi kapag mas malapad. That's just me. Again, so may mga tao dyan na gusto nila itatay concept nila to and whatnot. That's completely up to you. It's completely again subjective. But I digress. Okay? So that's one of the good points of this motorcycle. Malapad agad yung gulong niya. And syempre, pag mas malapad yung goma mo, mas maganda yung traction mo. And yung traction, yung kapit mo sa kalsada, so mas maganda yung alis mo and whatnot. Now, here's the thing. Before I show you my final summary and verdict, I'm gonna show you, of course, yung pag-test drive ko. Again, this is an initial test drive. Quick initial test drive. Quick initial test drive. Basta, this is my test drive and I'll show you. Okay? Enjoy. Alright, so going to review, mabilisan lang, the newest Patio. The Yamaha Patio 2025. First impressions lang to dahil ang tawag nito, bago lang to, break-in pa lang ata to, babae may-ari. So it looks good. Now yung hatak, tignan nyo, 42 tayo agad, wala siyang problema. In terms of hatak, I'm 125 kilos pero mabilis, 60 agad. This is what I'm talking about when you say Japanese engineering and Japanese tune. Sobrang smooth ng engine. Well, since bago siya, walang dragging sa gilid. And this is a 125. Alam ko 125 lang to pero it feels good. Would you ask, pwede ba pang long ride ng Paseo? I think right now, as it stands, yes. Kasi I'm just surprised. I'm not gonna talk about the features yet. I'm just going to talk about rather what it feels to ride the Yamaha Patio on its, maiden, or rather my maiden journey with it. Sa hatak lang it doesn't feel like a 125cc. Kasi alam niyo naman, may Monarch ako, may Axis 125 ako. Alam ko yung limit agad nun. Pero ito, feels great. Now, suspension, hindi siya matagtag. In all fairness, mabigat ako. Yung upuan is very plush.
I'm gonna show it to you later. B-roll natin dyan. But it's very plush. The suspension is nice. Alam ko single shock sa gilid, but we'll see. I could be mistaken. Now, acceleration, alam ko mild hybrid to, and it does feel nice on accelerating. I'm not gonna do like, 0 to 60 pulls. Dahil mabigat ako. Ito, tuloy ito, paakyat. I don't know if you could see. Pero no problem. Easy. Okay? Nakikita nyo umaalog yan. It's not because wobbly yung manibela. Simply because siguro matigas yung gulong niya sa harap. And then, medyo malubak din talaga yung daan. It's not the motorcycle's fault entirely. This motorcycle, nagulat ako, honestly, kasi it's very smooth. I'll tell you this, it's smoother than the Click 125. I've ridden all the new Click 125s. This is better. Mas mabait yung alis niya, but you feel it. Hindi siya kulang sa hata. Kaya siguro marami ako napapanood na nagbabagyo gamit to kasi yung hatak niya, it's there. I can fully say, C60 and it's easy. Hindi nahihirapan yung makina. And it probably sips gas. Like tea. Like afternoon tea lang, tamang tsaa lang, mga mayayaman, tsaa lang. Siyempre, kabibili ka nito, hindi mo naman to pang hataw-hataw. Gagamitin mo to pang daily commute and it does feel good, and I think daily panalo to. I can confidently say panalo to sa daily. Yun, panalo to sa daily. I like it. Now, may U-turn tayo dito. The feel of the buttons, maganda siya. Again, it's premium. I don't know how much the price is. Siguro papakita na lang sa screen. But as far as I can say, I like the way it handles. Pwede ka mag-banking ng konti. Of course, kailangan may limit ka kasi syempre hindi naman to sports. Ayun. Paano yan nakapatio? Gusto kong mag-angkas. Again, I'm gonna remind you, I'm 125 kilos and probably kayong mag-shota, if you're eyeing the patio, hindi kayo kasing bigat ko. Or kung babae ka man, baka masyado mabigat yung patio. I don't know, siguro strength is relative or rather subjective. But for me, kasi babae nga yung may-ari nito honestly, parang okay naman daw. So, kita nyo, bagong-bago to, 148. Pag pinigay mo siya, nang hingi ka sa kanya, may syempre mabigat ako. You have to give it a little bit of time. But may iiwan ka ba? I don't think so. Sabay naman mga 150, mga 160, bank pa to, pare-parehas kami. I think I can say it's agile. I'm not gonna say na it lacks speed. I'm doing 70 on that corner. It feels nice. I think it's agile enough for the corners, even with a little bit of speed. It's not probably gonna be it's not gonna be very, very sporty, pero a little bit of spirited riding pwede na rin. Pwede, a little bit lang, hindi pwede sagarin. Kasi syempre, may limit yung ground clearance nito and yung gulay board niya. Pag masyado kang mabilis sa corners, masyado ka rin nag-lean, ayun, delikado na yun. But right now, yung nakita niya naman, I don't know if you could tell sa video, it really is nice. The grips are nice. The feel of the handlebars, actually, the feel of the levers, very, very premium. I like it. Nothing about this motorcycle actually screams cheap. I think it really is nice. If I were to rate yung aesthetics, I would say out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 4. If I were to rate the engine, of course, I'm gonna give it like maybe, as it stands, I'll give it a 5. Engine and transmission, the power and everything. I'll give it a 5 for its price. Amazing. Kasi mabigat akong tao. And then it could really pull me with no problems. Nakakapag-overtake ako and whatnot. I could use this on the daily. I could even use this on the weekend, honestly speaking. malaki lang talaga ako, kaya maybe I won't. But then again, if I was to use this alone, or maybe an extended period of time, I wouldn't say no. Kasi nga, it has enough power at the very least for my weight. The braking itself is alright. Standard brakes, of course. I'm not sure kung drum yung likod, but I'll show in the screen later. But as it stands, it's really, really good. I'm quite surprised, and honestly speaking, if I had the money, I'd buy this. So aesthetics engine, suspension and handling, I'd give it maybe a 4. It could be better, but it really is great already. Okay. Again, I'm already 125 kilos. So kung kayong mag-shota is around nasa 60-70 kilos lang kayo, dalawa kayo dito. Yung takbo kong ganito, banayad lang, ganito rin siguro halos ang mararamdaman ninyo. It really is nice. Yung throttle feel niya is different. It's different sa Click 125. It's different sa NMAX. Sige, sampa tayo ng tulay. And let's see. Iba talaga eh. You know, ang laki ng headroom niya. Hindi siya yung mumurahing silinyador. I don't know how to explain it, pero it does beefy, yung feel beefy. So pag piniga mo siya, there's some resistance behind it. The kind of resistance that you don't feel in maybe cheaper scooters. Kasi syempre pag naka-manual, or rather pag naka-automatic na scooter, lahat naman ng may resistance yung silinyador. But this one, I'm probably just using 10 to 20% of the throttle and I'm already at this speed. Maybe siguro pababa. Pero later, kanina nung paakyat and din yung patag, I'm just using very little. Maganda yung tuning ng panggilid dito. I could really say stock. I could live with stock. I could live with this stock. The turning radius is all right. So syempre scooter, medyo masikip yung turning radius. So ibig sabihin, late lang yung space na kakainin niya kapag nag-U-turn ka. So right now, again, I'm using 20%, 30%. Pero I'm going up like a bridge here. I don't know the exact elevation, but then again, tapos ito 50, 60. Again, very, very light lang yung piga ko sa throttle, pero it could really, deliver. So it's nice. Surprising, that's my word for it. So handling is for also the suspension. Upkeep, I don't know yet. This is brand new. Upkeep or maintenance, again, ulitin ka, this is brand new, so I don't really know. But I am thoroughly surprised. I might review my words a little bit more. I might talk about it a little bit more pa mamaya-maya. Pero tama na to. I am pleasantly surprised. It's nice.
Now, I hope you guys enjoy that. Okay, so what would be the final summation, like the final summary or the verdict for the Yamaha Fazio? Okay, so the question would be is this: is the Yamaha Fazio objectively good, for the Filipino rider? I would say yes. It is highly optimized for the standard Filipino commuter. Not just Filipino commuters, probably the whole of Southeast Asia. Diba? So, to determine if the motorcycle is objectively good for the Philippine context, it must be measured against 3 environmental realities. So, intense urban traffic, that's number 1. And next would be average local rider ergonomics. And then, of course, the third one is the total cost of ownership. So, the Fazio excels in all three categories. So while it is not designed for high-speed provincial touring, steep mountain passes with heavy cargo, or highway cruising, it serves its exact structural intent perfectly. And it is highly efficient and nimble. That's very important. Yung medyo, ano ba yun, ano yung word? Malikse, yan. Malikse rin siya. So in all seriousness, the Fazio itself, I could highly recommend sa mga bagito dyan o yung mga nangangarap naging kamote. And of course, bago kayo maging tunay na kamote, kailangan nyo munang magkaroon ng lisensya. Siguraduhin nyo may lisensya na kayo bago nyo kunin itong motor. Kasi pag sumemplang-semplang kayo, sayang ang Fazio. Okay? Sayang yung paint job, sayang yung pyesa, mga papalitan yung headlight and whatnot pag sumemplang kayo. So, I suggest of course, mag-theoretical kayo, mag-practical driving course kayo ng maayos. Meron sa Honda Driving School, mura lang yon. Go search on Facebook or sa LTO mismo. May mga guidebook naman sila and yung online nila, may mga online courses doon. Panoorin nyo lahat before kayo maging tunay at ganap na kamote. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. But I digress again. I'm off with a tangent. The Yamaha Fazio is an amazing motorcycle for the Filipino, or rather for an average Filipino. Lalo na kung hindi ka katangkaran and kung hindi ka ganun naman kahilig mabilis, the Yamaha Fazio is perfect for you. Right? So that's gonna be it for today. It's a quick video. So I hope you guys liked it. And click like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Ciao!
Whoop! Boss, dito ba yung ano? Casa Villanueva?
Dito po, boss.
Kaya tarantado mga tao, bossing eh.